We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are at MULLEN stock, Mullen Automotive Inc. continuing to fight to hold support to stay above the 45-cent area. And in today's volatility, it wasn't the only stock experiencing it. The overall market and the SPY did as well. And our SPY buy at 9:25 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 300% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see it popping up there within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are at MULLEN stock, fighting to hold support. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into next week and what's going on with the inflow versus outflow and bull and bear indicators. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run idea was from our AMD bot. Our AMD bot at 9:30 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 400% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see it popping up there within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are at MULLEN stock, Mullen Automotive Inc. doing a full transition yesterday from white with red borders to bright green bars in the second half of the day, from the dip area to the rip area, and so far back down to red bars. And the last piece missing, if it completes the transition from the rip area to the dip area, would be white with red borders. Now, if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are at MULLEN stock under a bear indicator in the after hours at the 46.42 cent area, which is not that far off of where the bull indicator popped up at 46.48 yesterday, and it hit highs here of 48 cents. Now, that has been a huge resistance here for the last several days and weeks, and we've talked about it in our previous videos, and here we are with it, fighting to stay above 45 cents. Under a bear indicator on the 30-minute. On the 1 hour, it's still under a bull indicator up here at 47 cents. It's going to be crucial and critical to watch this if it ends up canceling it out and getting a bear indicator in the process here in the bigger picture of the 1 hour. But the bull indicator is still in effect here and staying strong. That's definitely something I'm going to be watching if it gets canceled. And in the volatility of the 15-minute, if we go ahead and zoom in here, we could go ahead and see here a bear indicator popped up at the 47.30 area, and it's been dominating all day since the pre-market, and triple rejection not that far off of that area, and then another one down here at around the 47.34 area. So 4 of them in the day in total. It continued trying to come up there, and the bulls will lose steam, right? So that's a huge resistance to not ignore here in the volatility of the 15-minute, and then it continues to try to fight and hold support above the 45.50 area, as it did after the bell, and also here so far in the after hours. That's definitely something I'm going to be watching going into Monday. Now, we're going to look at the inflow versus outflows and what key levels I would watch going into next week. So in the volatility of the 15-minute, we could see the outflows crossing over to the downside here in the first half of the day, hitting the 45-cent area and bouncing off of it. And in the second half, inflows cross back over. Now, in the volatility so far, it's been under a bear indicator, as we saw since the pre-market, but these inflows are back above, and this is something to not ignore going into next week if these inflows continue to push up higher, because if they do cross to the downside, well, then it further justifies that bear indicator. If not, the inflows are fighting here, and if they start to pull upwards, it can eventually start to reflect that strength into these charts and cancel out that bear indicator that came up in today's pre-market. Now, in the 30-minute, as we've seen, these inflows are above the midpoint, sitting at 0.08, but they are red, right? It is not that far off the midpoint when you zoom out, and it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to pick up like they did the last 2 times. When MULLEN stock popped up to inflows up here of 0.51, it went from 43 cents all the way up to 88 cents, and then also here from $1.12 all the way up to 154. Now, not guaranteed to make the same exact move, but definitely something to not ignore. And in the recent run from around 41 cents to the 70-cent area, I always talked about how important it was for these inflows to switch from red to green and push upwards to justify this move, right? There was a bull indicator since down here at 40 cents, and it lasted all the way up until the 68-cent area on the pullback, but no inflow crossover or inflows picking up from red to green and pushing up higher to further justify that strength and that move. So it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to pick up here on the 30-minute if there's any move to the upside. And if not, I'll be watching if those outflows cross over on the 15-minute and roll that weakness over into the 30-minute, bringing it closer to the midpoint. Now in the 1 hour, it is green, but it is below the midpoint, and it's crucial and critical any move to the upside if the 15-minute and 30-minute are pushing up, if it can roll over that strength from where it's at, even though it's green, closer towards the midpoint or even crossing it. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Well, the first thing is support, guys. And on the 15-minute, we could see these inflows are above. If the outflows cross over to the downside, the first support level I'll be watching is the 45-cent area. The next support after that, if that weakness rolls over into the 30-minute and starts pushing it down towards the midpoint, will then be down towards the 44-cent area, not that far off of 45 cents. And if both of those get broken through, I'll be watching the 40-cent area down towards the 37-cent area. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to pick up, pull away from the midpoint, and bring up the 30-minute with it, switching it from red to green and pushing it upwards as I shown here in previous times when it's popped up, and start to test key resistance levels and get a bull indicator in the process. And the first resistance is 47.50 area. Then above that, if it's used as a staircase effect to push up even higher, would then be the 49-cent area. And then the next level I'll be watching above that is the 52 to 53 cent area based off the history of the chart. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and the inflow versus outflow here on the 15-minute, I'll be watching it closely in the volatility. If it crosses to the downside or goes ahead and brings itself back up, even though it's green here and it's above, we want to see it start to push up away from the midpoint to start to reflect any further strength into these charts and eventually cancel out that bear indicator that popped up in today's pre-market. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.